Okay, folks, we are back. Well, we are here, and we're watching some swimming. A bit of technical difficulty. We did not have internet. This is Dave Mabel figuring this out on Central Iowa Sports Network. We are in the 50 free. Let's see what heat we are on. I've been working on the computer. Nedved, Baltimore. All right. This is junior varsity final heat of the 50 free. Tim Brown down there officiating this evening. This is your junior varsity, heat 3 of the 50 free, and that is lane 4, Ireland. I'm trying to match up my heat sheet with the names on the board, and they are not matching. There we are, Thompson. Well, let's see. That had to be the varsity. There we are. No, that says diving. Abby Ireland, Winterstrom. Here, I'm going to show you the. Here's one thing I know. We're going into diving next. So, let's see. 50 free. Lily Dowling, okay. Adelaide Lee, Lily Nelson, Mary Sweetman. Mary Sweetman, state qualifier, already in the 50 free, which is super exciting. Ronnebaum. Okay, so Sweetman first, then Adelaide Lee in second for Valley, and in third place, Emily Nelson from Valley. So some good points out of Valley. Since we are starting a bit late, I am going to try and get you the scores as we prepare for diving. And let's see here. There we go. You can see we're preparing for diving. Let's talk about the Valley schedule. They're working on points down in the I don't know what you call that, wherever the scorekeeper's table is. But you can see Valley, obviously, we're most of the way through the season. October 13th, we've got Dowling Catholic at Valley. That's today. The Central Conference meet is at Johnston. Valley will be heading there on October 22nd. I believe the diving is on Thursday evening, the 20th. So a diving, and it will be an 11 dive meet on the 20th for the conference meet, and that's to help the girls get ready for an 11 diving. They've got to prepare all of their dives for the regional and state meet. Let's take a look at Dowling. They've got pretty similar. They've got their Central Conference meet. These two teams will meet again on October 20th and 22nd at Johnston. But Dowling will head up to Marshalltown Invitational on October 17th. And that should be a big kind of a pre-state meet. So I had the opportunity to talk with Tom Trigstad, who is the head coach of, thank you, Tom Trigstead is the head cross-country coach for both men and women, and also the men's head track coach. And he received an award, the National Association of Sports Associations. I don't remember the name, but it was a national organization that I guess voted, and he was Coach of the Year for 2017, 18, and 19 state track champion, Valley Tiger. That was for track, but he was awarded that at a football game recently, and we had the opportunity to chat with him. So here's a little chat with Tom Trigstead. What kind of adaptations have you had to do, has really the sport had to do to make this season even possible?
Well, one of the benefits is we're outside, but there has obviously been some changes to, we've tried to be as safe as possible, and our program in general, having boys and girls and the numbers, that created an extra problem when we've been trying to be in pods and be in smaller groups. But our program is always built on, we have different levels, different abilities. And so you would have 4 different ability groups with boys and girls. And so we're already trying to separate them with that. We wear our masks before, doing all of our warm-ups, and we even did our strength routines and drills outside this year instead of being inside in the weight room. And so all of our workouts during, we would still take our mask off as we go off for a run, but we kept them in those pods. So if there was a situation where COVID came up, it would affect maybe potentially that small group, but not the entire group. We come back on campus. That's the thing about cross country, is you get off campus a lot. When we finish a run, put those masks back on. So, you know, some of the downsides is we've lost our team meals, those kind of, you know, team bonding things that is a core of most cross-country programs, has been something that I would think a lot of the programs, swimming, football, you lose out on a little bit of some of that kind of stuff outside of your regular practice hours, I think has been the really biggest change. In terms of meets, we've had some situations where we've had just varsity meets, so our JV's been out of luck, but our coaching community of, you know, is really great at, we've created some new meets just for JVs where our coaches would get together, Waukee and Dowling, and we had an extra one at Valley Southwoods just last week. Next week we're going out to Waukee and they're going to do one for us. So we just value that. We want to make sure our athletes are working so hard, get those opportunities, and basically create new meets for them.
Fort Dodge was last week. But that was just your top 10 kids, and usually it's a huge JV kind of
Usually it's a huge meet, and usually, you know, what's great about that meet is you usually get fast times, and so it's sort of a reward. In Central Iowa, we all have very tough courses, very hilly courses, and so you don't always get the best times, and so those JV kids always love going to Fort Dodge on the state meet course, experiencing what that state meet course was like, and running towards the end of the season with a PR and running their best time of the year, and so they miss out on that. Also at that meet is you had some really good programs up there that they split up into A and B groups, so not everyone got to race against each other. So those are some of the changes to try to make it work in this COVID times, which again, this is all better than not having this opportunity.
Okay, so let's talk about your teams.
Start with the girls. So our girls are ranked pretty high up there, having a great season, led by Lauren Schultz, who's one of the top runners in the state. Outstanding young lady who's best fitness that I've ever seen her in. Great leader for our program. We brought in some freshmen this year that are having a very positive impact on our program as well. So we won last night in our meet, and so, you know, we're getting to the point now we're down to conference, districts, and state in that championship time of season, and so we're excited to see what we can do at the end of the season.
When do you find out where you race for districts?
We will find out probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, the day or two before our conference meet, where those district state qualifying alignments are.
What are you hoping for? Will the girls and the boys go to different places?
So no, that's the unique thing about cross country is, you know, the girls union and the boys association sit down together and they have to figure out, try to line that all up, who's ranked, and they do a really good job of trying to separate teams and get those best teams in the right spots. But you got to work with the boys and girls programs as well because they go to that same site.
So speaking of that, let's talk about the boys. They're not having quite the season the girls are. Would that be fair?
That'd be fair. You know, we had a huge senior group last year, and this was a whole new group of kids that had to come in and take it to a new level. And I will say this about this group is, From where we started to where we're at right now, they've made huge strides and worked everything we've ever asked them as coaching staff. They've worked extremely hard. So we're excited to go into a very challenging conference meet, and wherever they send us for districts, you know, they believe on any given night that they can go out and compete and they can qualify for state. I mean, that's the expectation at Valley, and they're not shying away from it.
And we are back live at Mark Wagner Pool in West Des Moines, Iowa, Valley High School. And we are warming up for diving. So settle in, grab a root beer, and get ready for a great show. So I've got some updates on scores. Valley Junior Varsity has 21 points, and Dowling Catholic has 25 points. So just a 4-point spread there between the two teams. And in varsity, it's Valley with 23 points and Dowling with 39. Dowling, again, the returning state champions, with many of their swimmers from last year at the state meet back this year. I believe they have 7 seniors that are back that swam last year. I know the Sweetmans are here. Julie and Mary Sweetman. Double checking. I'm looking at, I don't know if I'll recognize names from swim meet. Adeline Lee, I believe, swam last. Nope, she didn't because she's a freshman. Anyway, we'll get to that. So Dowling definitely has a great team. They also have lots of divers. So we will be here for a little bit doing diving. Let's see, diving in junior varsity, we've got Shelby Breen for Dowling, Molly Uri for Dowling, Paige Thompson, freshman, diving for Valley, Abby Ireland, Dowling diver, Simone Jennings, Simone Jennings from Dowling, Riley Lewis from Dowling. That's your junior varsity lineup. 5 Dowling divers and 1 Valley diver. And in the varsity, we've got for Valley, freshman Janie Wyatt, sophomore Kenyon Smith, and sophomore Liz Knoll. So a young crew from Valley. Emma Cook, Alexa Larson, and Jillian Stewart are all diving for Dowling. So we've got 5 and 6. We've got 11 divers to go through. They each get 6 dives. They get to warm up with 2 dives apiece. Going to widen out our shot a little bit because I want to get the top of their dive, their entry. Nope, we don't. That one wouldn't score so well, although she is proud of it. But I also want to have in the shot the judges' heads, because they hold up the scorecard. There you can see that sitting on the bottom left of your screen is Julie Dickinson. She'll be one of the judges. And then Tim Brown, who is our official tonight, will be one of the judges. And then Soundy Juice. She is the Dowling diving coach. You can see her standing there watching her divers warm up. Soundy Juice will be our 3rd judge. And after every dive, they will hold up a number. Every dive is given a degree of difficulty. That's the DD that divers talk about. So, for instance, a straight back dive like you did not just see there. You saw a back dive. That is a somersault, back somersault. That may have a degree of difficulty of 1.5. So their score between 1 to 10 would be added, all three judges added up, and then multiplied by that degree of difficulty. So here we go. Shelby Breen is first. Molly Urey is second. I was not given their dive sheets in order of their diving. Paige Thompson will be diving third, I hope. I think actually we're going to see, because I have the order written on the top right of each page, but it is not the same as the order I am given on the heat sheet. So we're just going to see who dives first. You'll see their name up on the board. And this is like golf. Abby Ireland, 201A back dive straight, 1.7 degree of difficulty. I'm going to get rid of that thing here. Abby Ireland. 4.5, 3.5, and a 5. That's Tim Brown on the right. Juice in the middle, and Dickinson. Riley Lewis is up, doing a back dive, straight position, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Riley Lewis, Dowling Catholic. Feet were a little bit spread apart there as she went in. She gets a 4 from Tim Brown, Dickinson, and 3.5 from Juice. Molly Urey doing a back dive, straight position, 1.7. The same dive we've just seen twice. Nice. She went in fairly straight. 5s, 5, 4.5. Shelby Breen is doing a same dive, straight back dive, 1.7. Shelby Breen from Dowling. Nice. A little over rotation, but you can see she got a little higher score from each judge. 2 5s and a 5.5. We've got Paige Thompson, who's a valley diver. She's doing a back somersault straight. She'll do 1 complete rotation, laid out. Degree of difficulty 1.7. That looked like a nice dive. I bet she gets higher than 5s. A 6, and a 7 from the judges. Simone Jennings, back somersault, tuck position, 1.5 degree of difficulty. Five and a half, 6.5, 6.5 for the diver from Dowling, Simone Jennings. Emma Cook from Dowling Catholic is doing a back somersault, pike position. 1.6 is her degree of difficulty. Watch as she reaches for her toes. Legs straight. Nice height. Seven and a half by Tim Brown. 6 and 6.5 by the coaches. Kenyon Smith is doing a back dive, pike position. 1.6 is her degree of difficulty. Six and a half, 5.5, and 6. We've got Jillian Stewart from Dowling doing a back somersault straight. 1.7 is her degree of difficulty. Nice, laid out. Boom. 6.5, 6.5, and 6. Janie Wyatt, diving for Valley, freshman, back dive, pike position. 1.6 is her degree of difficulty. A little angled going in, but not bad. 6.5, 5.5, 5.5. Alexa Larson doing a back dive, pike position, 1.6 degree of difficulty for the Dowling diver. Oh, nice straight entry. 8. I see an 8, 8.5, and 7.5. Liz Knoll, back dive, pike position, degree of difficulty 1.6 for the Valley diver. Oh, beautiful dive. 7.5, 7, and 7 for Liz Knoll. Abby Ireland up next. This is her second dive, so we're on round 2. She's doing a back somersault, tuck position. 1.5 is the degree of difficulty for the Dowling diver. Judges like to see them stay about an arm length away as she gets a 3.5, 4.5, and 4. An arm's length away from the end of the board, and that was a pretty long dive. We've got Riley Lewis doing a back somersault tuck position. Dowling diver. You see a 4, 4.5, and a 5. Molly Urey is doing a back somersault straight. 1.7 is a degree of difficulty for the Dowling diver. We get a 4, a 5, and a 5 for the Dowling diver. Shelby Breen, another Dowling diver, is doing a back somersault straight. It is a 1.7 degree of difficulty. I thought that looked pretty good. I don't know what they want her to do with their arms, but her dive looked good. 5.5, 5.5, and a 6. Paige Thompson, the Valley diver, is doing a back somersault with a half twist free. 1.7 is her degree of difficulty. When the position says free, they get to choose tuck, laid out, or straight, or pike. And she does it straight. And gets a 6.5, 7, and a 7. Simone Jennings, her second dive. She's doing an inward dive, tuck position, 1.4 for the Dowling diver. Oh, not a very good landing. But she did complete the dive, so gets points, 3, 3, and 3.5. Emma Cook from Dowling is doing a back somersault with a half twist, free, 1.7.
Here's the crazy thing.
5.5, 6, and 5. Kenyon Smith is doing a back somersault, straight, 1.7 for the Valley diver. Nice. It's very straight. Good height. She gets a 6 and a 6 and another 6. Jillian Stewart from Dowling. She's doing a forward somersault with one twist, free, 1.9 degree of difficulty. And she got all the way around and all the way around. 6.5, 6.5, and a 5.5 from Mr. Brown. Janie Wyatt is doing a back somersault, straight, 1.7 is the degree of difficulty for the Valley diver. Nice straight entry, and she is rewarded with a 6, and a 6.5. Alexa Larson from Dowling is doing a back 1.5 somersault, pike position, 2.3 is her degree of difficulty. We'd have to see that in slow motion. That was some spinning. 6.5, 6, and 6.5. Liz Knoll is doing a back 1.5 somersault, tuck position. Degree of difficulty is 2.0 for the Valley diver. Ouch. That had to hurt. But she does get a score, so that dive counts as having been completed with 3 threes. So the 9, that'll be an 18-point dive right there. We are on round 3. Abby Ireland from Dowling doing a 4 dive, tuck position, 1.2. Don't know. Well, Well, I mean, she bent her knees. So they give her the score, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. For the Dowling diver, Riley Lewis is up next from Dowling, doing a 4 dive, tuck position, 1.2. Little over rotation there, but she made the dive, 4.5, 4, and 4. Molly Yuri from Dowling is doing an inward dive, tuck position. 1.4 is her degree of difficulty. Made that, nice. Gets 3 5s for that, multiplied by 1.4. Shelby Breen from Dowling is doing a forward dive, pike position. 1.3 is her degree of difficulty. This was like the one dive I knew how to do. Not well, but I could do it going off a board. Little angled going in, but she had a nice tuck. Hit the pike, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, all the way around. Paige Thompson from Valley is doing an inward dive, pike position. When I was young and gutsy, I would try this, but that board, the prospect of whacking it was too much for my brain to handle. She had a nice push off, height. She got her feet up, straight, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, rewarded by the judges. As we look at Simone Jennings from Dowling doing an inward somersault tuck position. 1.6 is her degree of difficulty. Nice, could have used a little more height and got fully extended before she hit the water, but she does get a 5, a 4.5, and a 4.5. Emma Cook is doing an inward dive, tuck position. 1.4 degree of difficulty for the Dowling diver. Nice height. She got the tuck in there, given some 2 5s and a 5.5 by the judges. Canyon Smith from Valley is doing an inward dive, pike position. Oh, nice. That looked good to me. 6.5, 7, and 6.5 for the Valley diver. Jillian Stewart from Dowling is up next. Forward somersault with 2 twists. Free position, 2.3 is the degree of difficulty for the Dowling diver. Whoa, that looked like a lot of spinning going on. She gets a 5, 5 by Brown, 5.5 by Juice, and 5 by Dickinson. Janie Wyatt is doing a reverse somersault, tuck position. It is a 1.6 degree of difficulty for the Valley diver. Nice. She entered fairly straight, but still had some rotation going on. She gets a 6 and a 6 and a 5.5. Alexa Larson, our 11th diver, is doing a back somersault with 1.5 twists. Free position, 2.3 is a degree of difficulty. for the Dowling diver. Ah, that looked beautiful. That's a state qualifying quality dive there. 6.5, 7.5, and 6 for the Dowling diver. Oh, number 12 here, Liz Knoll. Forward 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. This is the Valley diver, Liz Knoll. Oh, that was a beautiful dive right there. 7.5, 8, 7. Liz Knoll redeemed herself from her little belly flop action in the last round. We are on to round number 4. This is Abby Ireland for Dowling Catholic, doing a forward somersault tuck position. Has a degree of difficulty of 1.4, and her score is a 4.5, 4.5, and a 5. Riley Lewis is doing a forward somersault tuck position. 1.4 is the degree of difficulty for the Dowling diver. She made that all the way around and got straightened out before the entry. It's a 5, 5.5, and a 4.5. Molly Urey is doing a forward dive tuck position. 1.2 degree of difficulty. Judges are looking at everything from the hurdle, which is the bounce. She gets a 4.5, 5, and 5. The height, the entry, the performance of the dive itself. Shelby Breen is doing a forward somersault, 1.5, tuck position, 1.6. Oop. And she did make it around. Got those 1.5 spins in the air. She gets 2 5s and a 4.5. Shelby Breen, the Dowling Catholic diver. Looking at Paige Thompson, inward somersault, tuck position, Valley diver. And she made it. She could have used a little more height. Judge will take a little bit off for that, but made it around. She gets a 5, 5.5, and a 6. Paige Thompson, the Valley diver. Next up is Simone Jennings from Dowling. A forward 1.5 somersault, tuck position. 1.6 is her degree of difficulty. Oh, nice. She made that all the way around with good height. She gets 2 5.5s and 1 5. Emma Cook from Dowling is doing an inward somersault tuck position. 1.6 is the degree of difficulty. And she makes it around. Gets a 5.5, a 6, and a 5.5. Next up is Kenyon Smith from Valley, who is doing an inward somersault tuck position, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Nice height, gets straightened out just as she enters. She gets 3 6.5s for that. Jillian Stewart, diver number 9, is doing a reverse dive, pike position. Jillian is from Dowling with a degree of difficulty of 1.7. I thought that was good. She might have still been moving forward as she entered the waters, but she does get rewarded a 6 by each of the judges. Janie Wyatt from Valley is doing a forward 1.5 somersault, pike position, 1.7 degree of difficulty. A little over rotated at the end for the Valley diver, but she gets 5.5 all the way around. Alexa Larson from Dowling is doing an inward 1.5 somersault, pike position, 2.4 degree of difficulty. Oof. 6, 6.5, and 6. Multiply that by 2.4. Liz Knoll, Liz Knoll from Valley is doing a forward double somersault, tuck position, 2.2 degree of difficulty. You made it. 2 full rotations. 7.5, 7, and 7.5 for the Valley diver. We are on dive number 5 with Abby Ireland from Dowling doing a forward somersault, 1/2 twist, free position, 1.7. And she is scored on that. 2.5, 2.5, and 3.5. Riley Lewis doing a forward somersault, 1/2 twist, free position, 1.7. She made it around enough to count. 4.5, 4, and 4. Barely got that half twist in, but she made it. Molly Urey from Dowling is doing a forward somersault, tuck position, 1.4 is the degree of difficulty. She is rewarded with 2 5s and a 4 for that dive right there. Shelby Breen is doing an inward dive, tuck position, 1.4 is the degree of difficulty. Four and a half, 5, and 5 for the Dowling diver. Paige Thompson from Valley is up next doing a forward somersault pike position, a 1.5 degree of difficulty. Paige Thompson. Oh, that looked good. Nice height, nice straight entry. She gets a 6, a 6.5, and a 7 by the judges. Simone Jennings from Dowling is doing a reverse somersault tuck position. 1.6 is the degree of difficulty. Makes that right around and gets 3 5.5 scores. Emma Cook from Dowling is doing a forward 1.5 somersault, tuck position, 1.6 is the degree of difficulty. Emma Cook. Ooh-wee, that's a lot of spinning. Physics, 5.5, 6, and 6. Kenyon Smith from Valley is up next. doing a forward 1.5 somersault, pike position. 1.7 is a degree of difficulty. Kenyon Smith from Valley. I thought that looked nice. Quite a range from 4.5 to 5 to 6 by the judges. Jillian Stewart from Dowling is doing a forward double somersault tuck position. 2.2 degree of difficulty. She's going to need some height. She is given a couple of 5s. She's given 3 5s by the judges. Janie Wyatt from Valley is doing an inward somersault tuck position. 1.6 for Janie Wyatt from Valley. Two 5.5 scores and a 5 by the judges. Alexa Larson is doing a forward double somersault pike position, 2.3 degree of difficulty. Whoa, made it. That's an impressive dive. Really has to have some good height and some good spin. 6, 6.5, and 6.5. That score will be multiplied by 2.3 for the Dowling diver. Liz Knoll up next, our 12th diver. From Valley is doing an inward 1.5 somersault tuck position, 2.2 degree of difficulty. Liz Knoll from Valley. I like that. So do the judges. 8, 7.5, and 7.5. We are in our 6th and final round, beginning with Abby Ireland from Dowling, who's doing an inward dive tuck position, 1.4 degree of difficulty. She made it and gets a 4, 4.5, and a 5 by the Julie Dickinson. Judge on your left there, bottom left of your screen. Riley Lewis from Dowling Catholic is doing an inward dive, tuck position 1.4. Riley Lewis from Dowling. She gets a 4.5, 5, and 5.5. Molly Urey, forward somersault, 1.5 twists. Nope, just 1/2 twist. Free position, 1.7 for Molly Urey from Dowling. And she gets 2 5s and a 5.5. Shelby Breen from Dowling is up next, doing a reverse dive, tuck position. 1.6 is a degree of difficulty. Shelby Breen from Dowling. Makes it, little rotation going on at the end, but she makes it. 4.5, 4, and 4.5. That was Shelby Breen from Dowling. And up next is Paige Thompson from Valley, who's doing a forward somersault with 1 twist, free position, 1.9 degree of difficulty. Paige Thompson from Valley. I'm nodding my head on that one as I look at a 5.5, a 6, and a 6 from the judges. Simone Jennings is doing a forward somersault. Pike position, 1.5. Simone Jennings from Dowling. And Simone will see 2 6s and a 5.5. Emma Cook from Dowling doing a reverse somersault, tuck position, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Five and a half, 6, and 5.5. Kenyon Smith from Valley is up for her final dive. Back somersault with 1 full twist. Free position, 1.9 degree of difficulty. That was Kenyon Smith from Valley, who is rewarded a 5.5, a 6, and a 5. Jillian Stewart is up for her final dive. Jillian from Dowling is doing an inward dive, pike position, 1.5 degree of difficulty. That was a beautiful dive right there. She gets 2 7s and a 6. Janie Wyatt from Valley is doing back somersault, 1.5 twists, free position, 2.3. A very difficult dive coming up. Nice. I say nice because there was a whole lot of spinning in my eyes. She gets a 5, 5.5, and a 6. Alexa Larson from Dowling. I'm sure you'll be seeing her at the state meet. She's doing a reverse 1.5 somersault, tuck position, 2.1 degree of difficulty from Alexa Larson from Dowling. Oh, did not. I mean, she made it around, but not quite all the way, and she gets 4.5, 4.5, and a 4. Liz Knoll will be wrapping it up. The Valley Divers doing a back somersault with 1.5 twists, free position, 2.3 degree of difficulty. I would expect to see this diver at your state meet in a few weeks as well. Oh, that looked nice. She is rewarded with a 6.5, a 6, and a 6. So there you have our diving competition. I'm going to take a short break as we reset the pool for the butterfly. 100-yard butterfly will be up next. So thank you for joining us here on Central Iowa Sports Network.
Central Bank opened its doors in 1877 and has been proud to call Iowa home ever since. For more than a century, our family-owned business has worked hand in hand with friends and neighbors across the state to make their dreams a reality. Come visit us at our new location on Hickman and Waukee and see how Central Bank can make it happen for you.
When we say Jeep, we mean lots of Jeeps. And when we say super, we mean super savings at the all-new Jeep Superstore, Deary Brothers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Waukee. During Jeep Adventure Days, new Wranglers $4 grand off, new Grand Cherokees over $9 grand off, or get 0% for 84 months on new Jeeps. New Gladiators up to $6,050 off.
First to build Iowa's only standalone Jeep showroom. Jeeps cost less in Waukee.
At the all-new Jeep Superstore, Deary Brothers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Waukee. When we say
Focus. To define what is most important and commit yourself fully. It's why at Fairway, only the best meat makes the cut. Our fresh fish is full of flavor, and our produce is picked with incredible care. It's why we have fewer aisles, greater savings, and the most personal service. At Fairway, our focus is and always will be giving you the best in meat and grocery. Focus.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Fall is upon us and fireplace season is here, and you need one of the brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. They're the perfect retrofit for that old wood-burning fireplace that you're not using. You get beautiful flames, you get heat, you get easy operation, and they're all brand new Heat and Glow gas fireplace inserts. Please come see us, Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale.
Welcome back to Mark Wagner Pool at Valley High School in West Des Moines, where we have just had the diving competition. 12 divers vying for points in this last duel of the season for these two teams. Trying to think of what I can talk about. We've got a few meets left for each team. If we look at Valley's schedule, they've really just got their conference meet at Johnston. I believe the diving will be on October 20th, and that will be an 11 dive meet at the Summit Middle School pool in Johnston. And then the swimming portion will be on October 22nd. And then, of course, the regional or district dive and then swim meet on November 5th and 7th. Locations to be determined. And then the state dive and swim in Marshalltown at the Marshalltown YMCA on November 13th and 14th. We will be there, internet notwithstanding, on both the 13th and 14th, covering the diving and the prelims. One of the things that the girls changed last year, the girls union, Iowa High Girls Athletic Union changed last year, was doing a prelim day on Friday, which really allows about twice as many athletes to qualify for the state meet. I have the qualifying rounds on Friday, and then the diving on Friday night, I believe, and then the swim finals on Saturday, all up at the Marshalltown YMCA, which is a great venue for a swim meet. It'll be a little different this year with no fans inside. There will be coaches and managers, and all the girls will be in there who are not currently swimming, so it will still be loud and exciting, but it'll be very different. I can remember years going up super early, even overnight, to reserve a spot in line just to buy the ticket to get in, and then once we get in, then we get to get in line to get the ticket, and then we wait in the gym until we're allowed into the arena. And there's a mad dash. You're not supposed to save seats. So there's a mad dash for every school to go get their location. And you know where the Ankeny parents are going to be, and the Dowling parents, and the Johnston parents, and the Valley parents, and the Boone parents, and the Marion and Muscatine, and all the great programs have their own special place to sit. Dubuque, swimming's cool because a lot of the, like Johnston, for instance, has 4 schools that feed the Johnston swim program. There's kids from Dallas Center Grimes, Des Moines Christian, Urbandale, and Johnston all feed that program. So even some of the smaller schools, let's say like a Boone or a Muscatine with a great coach with a long history, will have swimmers from many of the towns that surround Muscatine. So even a small program can have a great program. So it's super fun. However, this year it'll just be the swimmers themselves in the stands. So it'll be a little different atmosphere. But we'll be bringing it to you on the Iowa Girls Athletic Union YouTube page. Follow them on Facebook, follow them on YouTube, or get the link on the website, Iowa Girls Athletic Union. As we see the Dowling schedule up, you can see they've got an extra meet up at Marshalltown. Try out that state pool. Dowling swimmers should be used to it, having been victorious last year at the state meet. So I'm going to go to break for a little bit longer. Say thank you to our supporters that allow us to bring this to you for free.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but to us, corn is more than a cash crop. It's part of who we are. Corn supports our livestock, helping our animals thrive. Corn fuels us. Ethanol powers our state as we push towards a clean, burning future. Corn nourishes us. It gives us an abundance of good food that nourishes our families, helps our student athletes grow stronger. In Iowa, we grow corn. But the truth is, corn grows Iowa. In Iowa,
I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. Without question, the COVID-19 pandemic created many disruptive changes in our lives. Some of us got sick, jobs and income were compromised, it was difficult to even spend time with family and friends. But one thing hasn't changed, and that's Westside Auto Pro's commitment to quality service, and that will never change. We're here to make sure you get maximum performance and reliability from your vehicle. So as we all move forward, keep Westside Auto Pros in mind. You've been through enough. We'll make sure your car is the least of your worries.
Save thousands now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. 15% off 2020 Equinox and 2020 Trax, or 0% for 84 months. 15% off 2020 Sonic and 2020 Spark. WaukeeChevy.com. 12% off 2020 Blazer. 10% off 2020 Colorado. Up to $15,000 off new 2020 Suburban. We're in a position to give you more for your trade. As always, we're a partner you can count on. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Again, we'd like to thank our supporters, allow us to bring this to you, usually live when we have an internet connection. I don't know what the deal was, but it sure did not want to talk to the internet tonight. We apologize for that. Tried everything we could, even doing a Facebook stream, and it just would not send it out on a consistent basis. So I don't know what the deal was. As girls continue their warm-up, I was able to talk to Coach Sean DeBoeuf before the meet, and hopefully this works well. But anyway, had a chat with Sean DeBoeuf, head coach of the Valley Tigers.
Hey, Coach, Sean DeBoeuf here at Valley High School again. It's great to be back. We appreciate you hosting us.
Yeah, we're always glad to have you guys.
So listen, we were here for your Boone meet. You've been to Johnston since then. How'd that meet go?
You know, it was a pretty close meet. We thought we had it down where it was going to be real tight. They pulled ahead a little bit at the end, and so they got us. But we had some really good races. Some girls stepped up, swam well. They were just a little bit better, but we're excited for an opportunity to rematch at some point.
So what are some of the improvements you've seen that you've been happy with?
Yeah, really a lot. We've had a lot of girls in the last few meets, last few weeks anyway, have stepped up. So it's been some of our 500 girls have really stepped up recently. Some of our depth, trying to make a lay claim on what events they're hoping to be able to compete in for a regional team as I make those decisions. And so some of our depth has really started to kind of close the gap with some of our top swimmers, so it's been fun to see.
Speaking of regionals, do you know where you're headed yet?
I think there's a chance we'll be hosting.
Oh.
So we don't typically host since we don't have an 8-lane pool, but they're expanding the number of regional sites this year, just trying to split up teams, and so I think they might have run short on 8-lane pools, and we have a chance that we might be hosting.
So do you have any idea who might be here?
No, I think they said maybe Thursday or Friday this week we should come out with those announcements.
Great. Well, listen, good luck tonight. It's the intertown rivalry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Runs deep here in the pool as well as on the football field, basketball court.
Yeah, they're quite a phenomenal team. They won state last year, and they did graduate some, but they've got a lot of tough girls coming back. So hopefully we'll be able to have some good races tonight.
Well, good luck, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach.
And welcome back to the pool. As we begin clearing the pool, I have to admit we did also chat with Coach Paul Urey from Dowling Catholic, and I had a little technical issue. Here's a lesson for you. If you are recording video on your iPhone, turn it to airplane mode, because when someone calls, it will interrupt the video, even if you don't answer the call, which is what I had happen. Interestingly, I learned that lesson years ago at the state basketball tournament. I believe it was a girls' state basketball tournament, and I'm interviewing a coach after a successful game, and somebody called and interrupted my interview. And it's always awkward to ask somebody to start over, but we had to start over. So we are coming up to the 100-yard butterfly. Junior varsity. I always talk about this as being one of my favorite heats, one of my favorite races. I was a photographer for many, many years on the deck of the pool. You'll see Chris Pose running around somewhere. He's up at the far end of the pool now. But the pool's always glass calm, so I would lay down on the end of the pool and get the kids as they launch out of the water and get their reflection. So who do we have swimming? Up at the top of your screen in lane 1, that's Madison Ching from Valley. Allison Rickert from Valley's in lane 2, and Libby Tharp is in lane 3. Claire Carlson for Dowling is in lane 4, and Molly Urey is in lane 5. Give it over to Tim Brown, the official. It's like Libby Tharp, the senior from Valley, in front as they near the halfway point. She maintains her lead after the turn, but she is being hunted by Claire Carlson from Dowling on her right in lane 4. Allison Rickert. Allison Rickard is in lane 2, swimming for Valley. Looks like Rickard has moved into second, but that is Libby Tharp. Libby Tharp, Allison Rickard, Claire Carlson. Madison Chang will wrap that up. That was your junior varsity 100-yard butterfly. Our 100-yard butterfly varsity begins in lane 1 at the top of your screen with Brittany Block for Valley, Jocelyn Tracy in lane 2, Adeline Lee in lane 3. Ellie Clark for Dowling is in lane 4, Abby Wilcox in 5, and Allie Nedved is in lane 6. So, just so you know, I'm also running the camera if I seem a little delayed. A little late start by in lane 2 up there. Adeline Lee from Valley has a best of 1 minute flat in this event, and she leads in lane 3. That's her up front with a full body length. Looks like Dowling's Abby Wilcox is in second. As Adeline Lee continues in the lead. Unless she has a flat tire, I don't see anyone taking this out of Lee's hands. It's going to be a race for second, though. Looks like Dowling touches second, third, Valley fourth. We've got Lee in first, Wilcox in second, Clark in third. Tracy in fourth, Nedved in fifth, and Block in sixth. Up next is the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. We have 2 heats of this. We've got Liliana Lopez in lane 1, Libby Mann in lane 2, Megan Cheng in 3. Those are your Valley swimmers. Swimming for Dowling is Olivia Reisdorf in 4 and Kataya Bunelos in lane 5. As they turn the pool over to Tim Brown, our official for the evening. Heat 1, junior varsity, 100-yard freestyle. Looks like lane 4, that's Reisdorf from Dowling in an early lead. Oh, by the turn I was wrong. That was Cheng from Valley turning first. And maintains her lead as they run down to the halfway point. Megan Cheng from Valley swims a 32:30. Touching second is Mann from Valley, lane 2, and touching third was Liliana Lopez, the freshman from Valley. Though lane 4 is making a charge. She wants on that podium in this heat. Lane 4, that's Reisdorf from Dowling. She's vying for the top spot right there, folks. Could be Reisdorf taking it. And it is. That was a great final push by Reisdorf. She swam a 35.95 for that final lap compared to Chang's 38 to take the victory in this first JV heat. Chang did finish second, and then Lopez up in lane 1 finished third. I'm going to try something for you here. We're going to put a clock on this next heat. This is junior varsity. Kiana Almanza in lane 1 for Valley. Madison Cheng in lane 2 for Valley. Lena McKinney in lane 3, also for Valley. For Dowling, we've got Emily Kavlock in 4, Abby Smith in 5, and Violet Bordenaro in lane 6. Heat 2, 100-yard freestyle, junior varsity. A great start up there in lane 4. That's Emily Kavlock for Dowling. Looks like she turns first. She is being hunted by McKinney from Valley. (29.58), 29.53, 29.28, 29.53 at the turn. It's like Kavlock, McKinney, Kavlock, McKinney. Kavlock pulling ahead on this final length. And she touches in 101.21, swimming a 31.93 for that final. Kavlock, McKinney, Smith, Bordenaro, Almanzo, and Chang. Your top 6 junior varsity. As we look at the varsity heat, that is Annie Thiel in lane 1, Allison White in lane 2, Allison He in lane 3. Those are your Valley swimmers. In lane 4, Juliana Sweetman for Dowling, Maggie Carlson in 5, and Ellie Ronnebaum in 6. Sweetman, a state qualifier, state swimmer last year, and has already qualified in a number of events as far as time goes for state this year. Sweetman taking an early lead. Not by much. She's got swimmers chasing her on all sides, but she is pulling ahead at the turn. She touches in 26.17. She is followed by Carlson and Wyatt. Carlson in lane 5, Wyatt in lane 2. Looks like Wyatt's being pushed by Allison He of Valley in lane 3. As they head for home, it is going to be a tight race for third. Looks like Carlson's making a move for second. And she does touch second. Sweetman won in 54.51. Carlson in second, 55.96. Wyatt in third, 56.33. He in fourth, and 57.07. It's a little slower time for He, as we heard Coach talk. The important meets are coming up. And the most important meet would be, obviously, the regional meet. So swimmers can qualify in any given event by marking a certain time. So they could qualify in, gosh, every event. But when they go to the regional meet, they will swim in the event that they are applying for this state meet. We'll talk about that as these guys get rolling here. This is 500-yard freestyle junior varsity. And swimming now as I work the camera and then try to read. We've got Eleanor Horak in lane 1 for Valley. Avery Hauk in lane 2. Grace Badia in 3. Your Dowling swimmers are Claire Carlson in 4. Cece Smith in 5. And Alexa Larson in lane 6. Alexa Larson, the diver, I believe. Looks like we've got a race up there, lanes 4 and 3 leading. That's Claire Carlson in 4, Grace Badia in lane 3. Looks like Badia of Valley is taking a slight lead. Badia turns first at the 100-yard mark, swimming a 105.83. Carlson a 105.99. The two are shoulder to shoulder. You can see Carlson hugging that lane line. If Badia gets a slight advantage, Carlson could draft by hugging that lane line. She doesn't need to, though. I'd say she's pulled ahead after the push. Badia touched first. 1/100th of a second between them at the 150 mark. They're both getting their numbers bounced, which means pick it up. I don't know if that's what it means, but it means something. There's definitely a code swimmers have with those cards. Swing them side to side, it means one thing. Bounce it up and down, it might mean another. Hold it upside down and it might mean yet another. Like pick it up, slow it down, you're on ahead of pace. 9 lengths down, coming up to the halfway point here. We do 20 lengths or 10 laps. And Carlson is going to touch just ahead. You want to see their times, don't you? There we go. It's all that reading, camera, running the stream kind of stuff. I guess they call that production. There's Cece Smith turning third for Dowling right there. And she is followed by Alexa Larson in lane 6. Avery Hauk is in 5th and Eleanor Horak in 6th. In fact, our leaders are about to pass and lap Horak. Looks like Badia from Valley has gotten a slight advantage as they are on the down stretch of this, although Carlson is not giving up. They are both getting their cards frantically bounced. Badia has a good turn. She gained half a body length just on that turn. You can see her pull away right here. That was length 15. So we've got 2 laps to go, 100 yards. Badia is trying to pull ahead. Their card's still being frantically bounced. Badia, again on that turn, she put another half a body length on Carlson just on the turn. $50 yards to go. And Badia is pulling away, swimming a 35.04 split compared to Carlson's 37.06. So she is really digging deep, pulling that water, going long, and driving for home. You can see the gap open up there. 5:42, 5:43. And she touches in 5:49.36. Carlson touches second, 5:51.85. So Badia in that last 100 yards, last 2 laps, put 3 seconds on Carlson as CC Smith touches in third, 6:14.57. Looks like I think we have a change. I have a different name. Looks like Lawler is in lane 6. I have Alexa Larson, so that must have been a change. Larson is the diver, so that kind of surprised me. A diver swimming to 500. Anyway, Lawler in lane 6 touches fourth. Avery Hauk touches 5th. And Horak brings it home in 6:55.84. That is your junior varsity 500-yard. All right, for our varsity heat, we've got Jenna Henry in lane 1, Zania Dixon in lane 2, and Briley Corwin in lane 3, swimming for Valley. Zara Worth in lane 4, Cassie Rounds in lane 5, and Reagan Jensen in lane 6, swimming for Dowling. $500-yard varsity. Cassie Rounds with a great start in lane 5. And she maintains that lead as they head into the first lap turn, 28:11. What a great time. Sub 30 in a 500-yard freestyle is pretty amazing. She is maintaining her lead, followed by Worth and then Corwin. Looks like Corwin's moved a little bit ahead in lane 3, followed by Worth in lane 4. Corwin does touch second, followed by Worth. Up there in lane 1 is Henry, Jenna Henry. Followed by Jensen and then Dixon. Jensen in lane 6, Dixon in lane 2. As we watch Cassie Rounds pull away from everybody. She's going to let everybody else fight for second and third, which they are doing. And that is Worth from Dowling touching second, followed by Corwin. Rounds is swimming out of our screen. As Cassie Rounds from Dowling. She's followed by Worth of Dowling and Corwin of Valley. Touching fourth is Reagan Jensen of Dowling, and then Zania Dixon. There is Cassie Rounds. I'll leave it here and then I'll go find her. Looks like Worth is pulling away of Corwin. Jensen and Henry touching next, followed by Dixon. Rounds is already making her way back. Still swimming a 33-second 50. Let's see what Worth is doing. Worth a 33.97 and Corwin a 35.11. So the two Dowling swimmers are pulling ahead. Jensen down there in lane 6, bottom of your screen, swimming a 35.11. They have seen 13 lengths out of the 20 down. 33.83, so Rounds staying very consistent. Worth a 35.03, Corwin a 35.12. Both of those swimmers are staying very consistent. Jensen in lane 6 picking it up a little bit. Henry a 36 and Dixon a 36. As we see Cassie Rounds coming down, and she has 17, 18, 19, 20, 100 yards to go. See how I did that math? Counting. I did my counting. She's getting her number bounced, but not frantically. That may mean, hey, you're on schedule, you're on pace, you've got a good swim going. Let's just bring it home. As she gets the bell for the final lap. Still a 34-33 for Rounds on that lap there. I'm going to try and read the board and keep the camera rolling. Worth a 35. Corwin a 35. Jensen a 34.23. Jensen's moving into position to hop on that podium in third place. Jensen in lane 6 trying to take it away from Corwin and keep those points all to Dowling as they finish up. That is Worth finishing in lane 4 for Dowling. And who's it going to be in third? And it is Jensen touching third. 16 100ths of a second ahead of Corwin for Valley. So Valley touches in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Corwin, Henry, and Dixon. So it is Rounds, Worth, Jensen, Corwin, Henry and Dixon. Let's show you the big screen here. That is the 500-yard freestyle varsity. We have 2 heats coming up of the 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. All right, we've got in lane 1, our first swimmer for Valley is Brooke Beamer. Lane 2, Ellie Barfels for Valley. Lane 3, Michaela Kurtz and Madison Cheng in lane 4 for Valley. This is an all Valley heat. Let's see if I can keep the camera moving and read names. That might be a tall order. You probably want to see the swimmers too, huh? And they are off. We also have 5 lanes. Looks like Dowling does have somebody in this heat. I do not know who it is, but whoever it is, they are fast because they have taken an early lead in this 200-yard freestyle. So Dowling added a last-minute team, and they take off first. Let's go through the second swimmer, the ones we know anyway. In lane 1, Cheyenne Wendeman. Lane 2, Kiara Cody. Lane 3, Quinn Kelly. Lane 4, Liliana Lopez. And is Dowling in lane 5. Looks like Valley has overtaken the lead. That is Quinn Kelly coming home. Nope, that is Liliana Lopez for Valley coming in lane 4. Our third swimmers are Quincy Chapman in lane 1, Lexi Oringer in lane 2, Lillian Sears in lane 3, and Liv Wang in lane 4. Lane 1 takes off as lane 3 is heading for their anchor leg. Swimming anchor for Valley is Alexia Lopez in lane 1, Francesca Cannon in lane 2, Veronica Wennerstrom in lane 3, and Melanie Ulrich in lane 4. And of course, we also have the unnamed Dowling relay team in lane 5. And Valley lane 4, their D relay touches first in 2:13:27. So we watch the rest of the swimmers come home. That is relay F in 2:19:74. Relay I think Dowling is done. Dowling is finished third in 2:22:42. I think. Yep. And touching fifth is at the top of your screen. Valley's. Here you go. Yeah, they kind of threw me for a loop with the extra team for Dowling. Okay, so heat 2 of 2. Okay, so for Valley in lane 1, Libby Mann. In lane 2, Mia Wachulis. Lane 3, Mary Pat Dolly. Dowling has Claire Carlson in lane 4 and Violet Bordenaro in lane 5. This is your junior varsity 200-yard freestyle. This would be the heat where scores are added up and counted. Looks like Valley has a slight lead at the first turn, lane 3, followed by Dowling in lane 4. Let's go through our second swimmers. Lane 1, Ashley Separ. Lane 2, Megan Cheng. Lane 3, Lana McKinney. Lane 4, Emily Kavlock. In lane 5, Maddie Lawler. Lanes 4 and 5 are Dowling. Lanes 1, 2, 3 are Valley. And lanes 3 and 4 are fighting for the lead as we reach the halfway point of this 200-yard freestyle relay. Valley touches first, and it is a sprint for the line. Let's go through our third divers. That's Eleanor Horak in lane 1, Ella Schluter in lane 2, Jocelyn Tracy in 3, and for Dowling, Samara Tumia is in 4, and Molly Uri is in 5. Samara Tumia right there in lane 4, a member of the world famous Tumia family, Tumia and Sons, and now a daughter. A delicious Italian restaurant down on Des Moines' near south side, East 1st Street. As Valley brings it home, let's go through our anchor swimmers. Katie Gillespie in 1, Kiana Almanza in 2, Grace Badia in 3, and bringing it home for Dowling is Abby Smith in 4 and Olivia Reisdorf in 5. There are your final times. Looks like Valley takes the win, followed by Dowling. And Valley, important third place points up there in lane 2. Let's see who's swimming varsity for this 200-yard freestyle relay. Starting out for Valley in lane 1 is Grace Broderick. In lane 2 is Morgan Hunt. In lane 3 is Kristen He. For Dowling, starting out is Julia Sweetman in lane 4 and Abby Wilcox in lane 5. Mr. Starter, that would be Tim Brown, your official for the evening. Sweetman gets a shoulder advantage by the turn over He, but He has a good turn. She pulls even as they come into the first lap, sending it off to diver number 2, swimmer number 2. They are neck and neck. See if I can read and move the camera all at the same time. Swimming second, Allison Rickard in lane 1, Emily Nelson in lane 2, Annie Thiel in lane 3. For Dowling, we've got Maggie Carlson in 4 and Ali Nedved in 5. And it is Dowling just ahead of Valley in lane 4 as they get ready to pass it off to their third swimmer. Third swimmer, Jenna Henry in lane 1, Briley Corwin in 2, Adeline Lee in 3. I got to catch up with them here. Annie Honkamp for Dowling in 4, Reagan Jensen in lane 5, and it is still a Dowling Valley race. Valley racing for third place too, and important points. It looks like Valley takes a turn, takes the lead at the final turn. We're going to stay on these two. Swimming fourth is Brittany Block for Valley in 1, Lily Dolan in 2, Allison Wyatt in 3, Ellie Clark in 4 for Dowling, and Caroline Schultz in 5 as Valley pulls ahead to take this 200-yard freestyle relay home to the Valley Tigers. The Maroons take second place, Valley third, Dowling fourth, and Valley fifth. Let's give you those times and final 50 splits right there, folks. Great race, 200-yard freestyle. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events to go as we line up for the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity. We're going to move right into this. Sometimes there's a break here, but in duels, coaches can opt to skip this break and move on with the meet. So in lane 1, we've got Mia Wachulis. In lane 2, Xenia Dixon. In lane 3, Mary Pat Dolly. In lane 4 for Dowling, Brianna Evans. In lane 5, Maria Eide. And lane 6, Kataya Bunelos. 100-yard backstroke. Looks like we've got a couple of Dowling backstrokers. Well, one in the lead. That's lane 5. That's Maria Eide. Looks like Evans is in second. Yep, and she touched second, followed by Dolly. Dixon in fourth. Wachulis in fifth. Bunelos in sixth, as it's a race for home. Eide in the lead. Looks like followed by Evans. Eide, Evans, Dolly. Got Bunelos coming home in lane 6. There's your final times. Coming up is Katie Bonus in lane 1, Morgan Hunt in lane 2, Allison He in lane 3. Cassie Rounds for Dowling is in 4, Ryan Rossi in 5, and Mary Sweetman is in lane 6. It is your varsity 100-yard backstroke. Sweetman, a state swimmer in last year's 2019 state swim meet. Her sister Julia, also a state swimmer. Fast family. Ryan Rossi out of the water quickly after the start. Let's see if it pays off. We're 25% of this race down, and it looks like up there in lane 3, that's Allison He touching for Valley first. Rossi in second, Rounds in third, followed by Hunt, Sweetman, and Bonus. Robbie Bonus is Kate's older brother who swam here. He graduated in 2013, but good swimming family. Spent years at the Y. As Allison He touches first, 102.19, followed by Rounds and Rossi. Morgan Hunt in fourth, Sweetman in fifth, and Bonus in sixth. Your finishers in the 100-yard backstroke varsity. We've got breaststroke coming up, junior varsity heat. Let's see who's swimming this. For Valley in lane 1, we've got Ashley Separ. Lane 2, Eleanor Horak. In lane 3, Bella Hagar. For Dowling in lane 4, we've got Samara Tumia. Lane 5, Caroline Schultz. Lane 6, Hallie Mohan. Used to go to Tumia and Sons with my dad. We would get the cavatelli and iceberg lettuce salad with blue cheese dressing. Both of us, every time. "100-yard breaststroke, junior varsity, in the water." It's Julia, no, that's Schultz. Caroline Schultz in lane 5, taking an early lead in this technically difficult race. Seems like the breaststroke would be easy, and it is if you're doing it leisurely, but it's tough to race. There's Chris Prose in the corner, the bottom left of your screen. Great Dowling photographer. Schultz maintaining her lead with 25 to go, followed by Tumia. Looks like Bella Hager in third, followed closely by Hallie Mohan. See who takes third place here. Looks like Mohan's moving on up and is going to touch. I'm not going to show you the screen because it is not correct. Something messed up with the boards, but it was Schultz, Tumia, Mohan, I believe Hagar, Horak, and Separ. Hagar did not swim a 42nd 100-yard breaststroke. If she did, that would be in the Olympic pool in Omaha, Nebraska next summer. Let's see who is swimming the varsity girls 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, Grace Broderick. In lane 2, Kristen He. In lane 3, Kate Van Zee. Those are your Valley swimmers. For Dowling, we've got Annie Honkamp in 4, Julia Sweetman in 5, and Maggie Carlson in lane 6. Oh, there we go. I'm going to show you this because it looks like it was corrected. Schultz, Tumia, Mohan, Hagar, Horak, and Separ. The official Tim Brown is consulting with the timing table. It's more like a timing deck. Calling the varsity breaststrokers up to the blocks. Broderick, He, Van Zee, Honkamp, Sweetman, Carlson. Lanes 1 through 6. Let's follow them with the camera, shall we? The rhythmic cheering of the teammates as the swimmers bob up out of the water. I love that. Of course, I was a parent doing the same. Knowing your kid hears you, which they don't, but you think they do. Looks like Sweetman touching first. Oh, Van Zee up in, I don't know how that worked. That sure looked like Sweetman touching. I think we got an issue with lane 3, but visually Sweetman is in the lead. She's followed by Honkamp, Van Zee, Kristen He. It's going to be a tight race for second and third. I'm looking up there in lane 2. That's Kristen He, and she had a great push off that wall. And in fact, Sweetman's getting chased down, looking like Kristen He for Valley. It goes Sweetman, Van Zee, Honkamp. Two more races to go. We've got 400-yard freestyle relay. All right, starting out in lane 1 for Valley, Megan Cheng. Lane 2, Avery Hauk. Lane 3, Libby Tharp. For Dowling, we've got Ellie Ronenbaum in 4 and Emily Kavlock in lane 5. Your leadoff swimmers in this junior varsity 400-yard freestyle. Dowling has a good start down in lane 5. 100 yards each. Lane 4 and 1, putting spinning the propeller, moving ahead. That's Dowling in the lead at the first 50-yard turn, followed by Valley and Dowling. And the two other Valley swimmers in lanes 1 and 2 in 4th and 5th position. Dowling still maintaining a lead, 3/4 of a body length at the final turn before handing it off. Let's go through the next swimmers. That is Liv Wang in lane 1, Ella Schluter in lane 2, Mary Pat Daly in lane 3. In lane 4, Maria Eide for Dowling, and Katia Bunelos in lane 5. As you look at a pool with no swimmers in it. There they are. It's hard to read and move a camera at the same time, so I apologize for that. As Dowling maintains their lead, followed by Valley, Dowling, and looks like lane 2 has moved ahead for 4th place. That's and Dowling is about to send off their 3rd swimmer, so let's go through that list. 3rd swimmer, Francesca Cannon in lane 1, Mia Wachulis in lane 2, Briley Corwin in lane 3, Reagan Jensen in lane 4, and Abby Smith in lane 5. Follow our lead swimmer here. This is Dowling's Reagan Jensen. Followed by Valley's Briley Corwin and Abby Smith. Here comes Dowling, ready to pass it off to their anchor swimmer. 4th swimmer, starting in lane 1, Kiana Omanza. Lane 2, Bella Hagar. Lane 3, Grace Badia. Lane 4, Claire Carlson. And lane 5, Cece Smith, swimming for Dowling. Your Dowling team in the lead, nearly a lap up on Valley's lane 2. She's got 50 yards to go. Looks like Valley is going to turn in 2nd up there in lane 3. And in lane 5, that's Dowling in 3rd place. Final turn for the Maroons, lane 4. And they bring it home, touching in 4:04.12. Valley finishing in 4:08.84. Dowling in lane 5, gonna bring it home. Lane 5, 3rd place in 4:23.21. Here comes lane 2. It's Bella Hagar finishing up for Valley in lane 2. 4:37.43. And lane 1 bringing it home. That is Kiana Almanza, the freshman for Valley. Bringing it home under 5 in 4:52.55. There are your final times. One more race. The final dual event of the season, 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. Allison Rickard in lane 1, Lily Dolan in lane 2, Morgan Hunt in lane 3. Dowling will have Zara Worth in 4 and Ali Nedved in lane 5. They are off, 400 yards to go. Good turns in the middle of the pool, lanes 4 and 3. It's Zara Worth and Morgan Hunt as Worth takes the lead for Valley at the 50, 28:05. Morgan Hunt for Valley swam at 28:63, followed by the lane 5 swimmer for Dowling. That's Ali Nedved. As they come home to hand it off to swimmer number 2. And that would be Xenia Dixon in lane 1, Brittany Block in lane 2, Allison He in lane 3, Cassie Rounds in lane 4, and Ryan Rossi in lane 5 as the camera seeks to catch up with the lead. Coach Paul Urey, his first year with the Dowling Maroons as head coach in the gray shirt. Dowling, Valley, Dowling. It's Peter Tarpey coming up the stairs to help me tear down at the end of this meet. Thank you, Peter. Dowling, but Valley's putting some heat on as they send it off to their third swimmer. Let's go through those names. Swimming third, lane 1, Jenna Henry for Valley. Kate Van Zee in lane 2. Annie Thiel in lane 3. For Dowling, it's Ellie Clark. Let's see if we can find them. Ellie Clark in lane 4 and Brianna Evans in lane 5. Looks like Valley has a slight advantage, about half a body length. Annie Thiel is right on the hip of Ellie Clark, trying to get a drag right next to her lane line there, lane 3. Dowling turns first as they bring it home. Going to send it off to the anchor swimmers and wrap up this dual swimming season here at Valley High School, Mark Wagner Pool in West Des Moines, Iowa, as I try to figure out this camera. Valley 1, nope, Dowling 1, Valley 2, Dowling 3. Let's see who's swimming. We've got Katie Bonus in lane 1, Grace Broderick in 2, Emily Nelson in 3. Finishing up for Dowling, and you see right there is Mary Sweetman and Abby Wilcox in lane 5. Sweetman has 50 yards to go to take this 400-yard freestyle home to Dowling for the Westtown rivalry. I made that up, but it kind of is. West Side rivalry, West Des Moines rivalry. That's what I was looking for, West Des Moines rivalry. All the Dowling swimmers cheering on their teammate. That's Mary Sweetman. We'll see here at the state meet in about a month, the Marshalltown Pool. And she touches first, 3:47.79. Valley touches second, 3:51.25. Dowling touches third, 3:56.74. Valley touches fourth, 4:01.99. And here comes, and Valley touches in lane 1 to bring it home, wrap this meet up. There are your final times. Look at that final split, 28.93 for Sweetman, 3:47. Great time. Well, we are going to see if we can get the score for you. I'll send my pretty sure Dowling took this, but we're checking on the score here. Again, Dowling will be at the Marshalltown Invite on the 17th. Valley's next meet is at Johnston. I believe the 20th is diving. And the 22nd is swimming. And that is the conference meet, Central Conference. Dowling and Valley will both be there. I believe Southeast Polk will be there. There's Tarpey with the score. All right, here you go, folks. Dowling JV 103 to Valley 82. And in the varsity squad, Valley with 75 and Dowling with 111. So Dowling takes this meet home, the final duel of the season, the West Side rivalry. We appreciate you tuning in. We apologize for our technical difficulties, but you know, that's the interwebs for you. So this is Dave Mabel for Central Iowa Sports Network with Peter Tarpey, signing off from Mark Wagner Pool in West Des Moines, Iowa.